It is getting more and more hot here, and it is very annoying. I was also looking for some stuff that I want to show in this video, so I have it all there. Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. I'm gonna try and stay as still as I can because oh my god, it's hot and I'm dying on the inside, but I want to record everything, so that's what we are going to do. For today's Saturday video, I apologize first things off. I haven't done a Saturday video in a while. I think I just needed a break from Saturday videos. I needed to kind of stand back for a second and think about things that I wanted to do on Saturday videos and all of that. So that's why I haven't uploaded in a while when it comes to Saturday. But I'm back on track. I'm doing this one, which is something that I saw a little bit ago and I wanted to talk about it. And I had other stuff. I don't know if I'm still gonna make a video of those. I have a couple of things that I want to see. So just a matter of me getting back on track when it comes to Saturday videos. So little by little, Saturday videos will come back. But for today, I have been wanting to talk about this because it's something that I have seen people talking about, and as a person that have gone to a lot of concerts here in Puerto Rico, this is getting out of control. So we have been seeing a lot of tours, you know, concerts happening. Mainly, I'm mainly focusing in the US. It's been happening a lot. Concerts that are already happened or happening at the moment or are going to happen in the future. K-pop groups, you know, have been doing these tours. Either they are trying to get into the international market or connect with the fans around the world and all of that. I'm going to mainly focus on the USA here, but they're going everywhere. They have been doing world tours, which I see world tour, but then things don't match. You know what I mean? It's like world tour and we're going to the same places. Sometimes I see world tour and I'm like, that doesn't look like one. You're not actually going throughout the whole world. But it's fine, I'll let you call it that. But we have been seeing a lot of that. I saw a video a bit ago and then after that I caught a lot. You know how you see one thing and then the algorithm is like, you want to see more? Here you go. That happens to be way too much. And it was a lot of people talking about the prices of the concerts, how they have been going up, also how tickets are not selling as much as before, and how these K-pop groups, not groups actually, these companies that are working on these tours, there we go, because this is nothing against the groups. I don't think the groups have not that much to do with this, but the companies picking venues and all of that are not picking the right ones, which is true. Now, I have gone to concerts here in Puerto Rico. I think only once I flew to the USA to go to one, and I think it was a Tank Top one, but I have seen mainly here in Puerto Rico. I feel 2024, 2025, 2023, you know, those years, we have been having a lot of concerts in those years. A lot. There was one year that felt one each month we were having a concert here, and it was amazing. It was hard to pick, but honestly, all of them, they weren't fully sold out, but a lot of people went, okay? And this year, barely anything. Here, I'm not complaining, but I'm just giving a point. Things are expensive, and I think it's being shown, at least here, that we're not having as much concerts. And I think in the USA, the problem is that these companies are not picking the right venues, which is making everything more expensive, and then people are not buying it, so they have to cancel it, and that means cancellation fees, which are also very expensive. You see the effect of all of this. Just a thing happening, and it's a mess. And we have been seeing here in Puerto Rico, again, we haven't had that many concerts. Even this year, have we had this? I think in January Car came back, but other than that I don't remember, unless I have been missing something. I haven't, like, if there has been, I didn't go to the Car one because I already saw them at the end of 2025, and I was like, okay, I already saw you guys, like, it's fine, I'm good. If they decide to come back, I'll probably go, but it was like very quick. But other than that, it's just things are expensive. And ticket prices for concerts are also very expensive. So we're gonna talk about it, and again, this is nothing against the K-pop groups. I think this is mainly the companies are working on all of this. The groups just want to meet their fans all around the world, make new fans, get their music out there outside of, you know, Korea and all of that. And seeing that these companies are not making the minimum research needed to pick the best venue, to pick the best places even. It's frustrating knowing that these groups are excited for this and then it doesn't go well, or they have to cancel it and they say logistics and things like that, and I'm like, no, it didn't sell and it's not the group's fault, it's you guys picked the wrong venue. So we're gonna talk about this, but I think before talking all about this, the economy has to be talked about because everything is expensive, okay? Things are high, salaries do not go up. Economy is definitely affecting everything, and even touring is being affected by it. This is not only on K-pop groups, I feel like, because there's other artists that have been saying they're gonna do a tour and then they end up canceling, and they say something, but again people go back and it's like, no, you weren't selling tickets, baby, like that wasn't happening. And it's sad. I'm pretty sure as an artist it's sad to see comments like that, but I think it has been happening pretty much to every artists out there. But I wanted to focus on K-pop groups in this case. Here, at least in Puerto Rico, things are expensive. Yesterday my mom and I went to a grocery store to get a couple of things, literally a couple of things. She wants to cook something new today and she needed a couple of things and basic things, and I'm pretty sure the bill, not the bill, but like when it comes to pay, was like over $100, when before it wasn't like that for sure. Gas is also very expensive here. Now I don't want to get too much into gas because I know USA has it worse than here in Puerto Rico. But the price that is now in Puerto Rico, it's high for a lot of people, but it's absolutely nothing compared to USA. I keep seeing $5 a gallon, 6 something a gallon. I'm like, how do you survive getting gas? And when everything happened with gas and all of that, it just went very quick. And right now my gas tank used to fill with, I don't know, 24, 25, but now if I'm gonna get gas and it's half gas tank, it's like a half, my gas tank is halfway, I need 24 or 25 to fill it up. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't complain because I know there is worse, but here in the small island that literally salaries do not go up either, it's a lot. Again, this also applies to tours, visas, venues, hotels, food, transportation, things that you might need to rent for venues or lighting, sounds, things like that. All of that has gone up a lot. These are things that are needed for a tour, and these all arrangements that they need to make and pay in advance to have it already done, which meaning these companies will definitely raise prices because they either need to break even or make some kind of profit out of this whole tour. And they're also paying people for all of this also, by the way, staff, things like that, the artists. This is all cost, this is everything, and it's definitely gonna raise prices, but it is ridiculously expensive. It's way too much. Now there is a lot of tours happening right now, especially in the USA. When I saw the videos again, I was looking, I was like, why aren't these groups selling? There's some that are selling, but still, for how big their fan base is, it still feels like weird that they're not selling as I thought it was gonna be. I was very surprised by, again, the low ticket sales for some of the stops, not all of them, but some of them. I was like, that is very, like, why isn't completely sold out at this point, is what I was thinking. And I think all of this is affecting touring. It's become way too expensive. Again, the cost of living has been going up for people, so at this point is they have to pick and choose what they want to do. And I'm not even counting for the people that have to travel. Again, I had to travel to see Teen Top for the first time. I think it was in LA. That is expensive. That is flying from here to LA, my god. Well, I looked it up again because I was like, KCON. Oh, I have never been to KCON. I have been wanting to go for years. I know it has changed a lot, but sometimes I look and I'm like, okay, let's see. Expensive as shit. Too much. I was like, nope, this is not the year for that for me, for sure. That is not a tour, but I'm guessing it's expensive. But the One time I think I flew was Teen Top, and that was expensive for me, and I went alone. So I'm not even counting people that travel for these concerts because they're not going to the city that they're in, so they decide to travel, I don't know, fly, drive there, hotel, food, then the ticket prices and all of that is a cost that people are taking. So some people are probably like, I cannot afford this anymore, or because there's a lot of them touring right now, they're needing to like pick and choose which ones they want to like go to. So I was looking a little bit about the groups that are touring or are about to tour, and I was like, I want to see how the tickets are going, but also the prices, and I think we can go through it together. There's a lot, okay, there is quite a bit, and I'm not going to go through all of this honestly, but I think we can go through a couple of them very quick, and I can look for it and we can see it together. So let me fix all this because I have a mess right now here. Okay, I was trying to find a list also of groups that are about to tour or touring or things like that. It was very hard to find, so I'm just gonna go through the ones that I have seen a lot. BTS is touring. That is going very well. It is the first tour after military service, so that has been sold out for a while. The Rose is also touring. I think that's happening. I know I'm going to Ticketmaster because it's the main one that people uses, but I know there's other places that people use it. But the Rose tour is happening right now as well. And Hyphen is gonna do a tour. Let's look for a Hyphen. I think a Hyphen is gonna do well. This is the first tour after the member, you know, I don't know if I should say kicked out or left, because still don't know exactly what happened there, but he's not on this. Heesun, if I better remember is how you say their name. Dallas is one of the first ones that they're going. I'm pretty sure it's going well. This is Dallas. This is a huge venue, but they have sold it a lot, which I expected. It is, how much will this ticket? That is 700. And I know another conversation is resale prices for Ticketmaster are ridiculous. 700. The floor is completely. Let me go way to the back. There's a lot of tickets at the back. How much is this one? Okay, I was like, no, I have to. Let me take them out. Okay, there we go. $100 to see them from there. The venues that they have are huge. They're centers. This is a stadium. This is San Diego. Let's look at this one. I don't know how I'm gonna package this video. Like, I wanted to talk about this, but now I'm doing it. I'm like, I'm gonna make this make sense. This is San Diego. That is, again, you look at it this way and you think, oh, they have sold. But then you think in Hyphen, and there is a lot of blue dots. Way too much. I think this venue is too big. They could have done it smaller. This is literally a stadium. This is $200. This tour, from what I'm seeing here, is starting now, but then at some point it gives me dates for next year even. They're gonna be in the United Kingdom from what I'm seeing here. Which, let's look at another one. I was very surprised with that date of Mamamoo. Okay, Mamamoo is the one that I saw first. And it is, they have 2 days in Texas. And one of those 2 dates doesn't look good. I think it is this one. Like, that, can I take, I don't think I can take that map off. That is one of the days of Mamamoo in Texas. I'm putting it somewhere so you guys can see it. That is a lot. This is an arena that they decided to pick. They have another date in Texas, which looks better. This is the one that I was like, what the hell is happening? Why are they picking horrible venues? This is also this is a center. Looks decent, but it's still bad. Like, this is what I mean by picking venues are also very important. Let's look at another day, because those are Texas. Those ones really, I was like, oh my god, it's Mamamoo. Why isn't it selling? But again, picking the wrong venue will fuck you up. This is in San Jose. It's better, but still there's a lot. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they were selling all of this part, but this is still a lot. This, I think this means they're reselling. Verified resale price $1,487.50. That cannot be right. That is for 2 tickets. Is it main floor? That is wrong. That price is wrong. This is one. 800. Why? I'm not saying that is, you know, it shouldn't be sold by that, because no, I'm not saying that, but it's ridiculous. This one is 500. 500 is just okay. This whole ISP is another one that I have been hearing a lot that is also kind of struggling. I haven't checked ISPA. Anyways, let's go to New York. This is an arena as well, but I have been seeing people being like, they're struggling to sell. Oh my god, that is an arena for ISPA, and it looks okay, but it's not good. Resale 600. Let me go way back. If I wanted a ticket like at the end of this, less than $100. Okay, but still, this is not good for ISPA. Like, they're a big group. Again, this is in Miami. Let's look at I'm going into random dates. This is still not. Things are. This is VIP package. I haven't seen a VIP package. What does it involve? Access to post-show, ISPA high event, VIP gift for corset, VIP lunch. Yeah, okay. Mosaics is also doing something, isn't it? This looks like a weird venue. This also doesn't look the greatest either. Oh my god. Let me look at another one. Oh god. Seattle. Let's look at Seattle. I'm probably going to the worst ones. I should look into more popular ones. Okay, this is a small one. This is a theater. This is a theater. And it's not even completely sold. Oh my god. And they're expensive as shit. Oh god. Okay. I know Cat's Eye is doing one. With Cat's Eye, you know what? I cannot. Let me look at this one. This is Washington. This is not bad. And this is an arena. With Cat's Eye, I'll say this. They did a good move. When they did the first tour, a lot of people were like, oh my god, they did this in smaller theaters or things like that, haha, they cannot sell arenas even. No, what they did with Cat's Eye, like, whatever is happening with Cat's Eye, letting that aside, they did a good thing with Cat's Eye. The first tour that they did it in smaller venues. They were testing the waters and see how it was going to go. It did so well, and it got sold out, I'm guessing, but they sold a lot, that now they know they can sell these arenas and centers and these huge venues that they have for this tour. They know they can sell it. This is in Texas. This is a center. It's a huge one for what I'm guessing. Look at that. Everything that's left is resale, which is horrible because it's gonna be freaking expensive, but it's sold. They tested the water with the first tour, and now I know it's the whole thing with the member that is on hiatus and everything happened with Cat's Eye, but letting all that aside, they tested the water with the first tour and they were like, we can sell arenas and centers with you guys, and they're doing the second tour in bigger venues, and as you can see, they're selling. That is a good tactic, okay? If you don't know how the group is going to do, pick smaller venues and see, because it is better to be like, we pick smaller venues, we were able to sold them, we know we can go bigger next time for you guys, the fans, than picking something that is way too big, like a venue way too big, not selling it, and then having to cancel out and have fans being pissed at you. So with Cat's Eye, I'm good with it in a way, because they did a good thing in the sense of testing the waters, and then they know they can sell this. As you can see, it is selling. I don't know what else is happening right now. I'm not gonna Eve is doing, but I'm guessing Eve is doing well. Okay, this is not bad, but a lot of the front tickets are not being sold, and for Eve I'm surprised. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not gonna get too into this part, but as you can see, for some groups are going better than others when it comes to touring in the USA. Picking the venue is important, people, okay? Can they sell big venues, arenas, centers, or is it better to do it in a theater? That day with Mamamoo looks horrible, and there's 2 dates in Texas. It would have been better to just have one smaller theater that would have been sold out already. So picking venues are important. If you pick a big one, of course it's gonna be more expensive, more things. That's gonna rack up the prices a lot than just. Okay. Knowing the audience and the fans, where are they mainly located? Or do you want them to actually explore other places and that's why you're picking these places? Or you're just focusing on where mainly the fans are? Which other thing? The market, the places. Again, is it a place that fans are going to go? Is it a place that fans are going to fly to? Are they there? Are they trying again to pick a new place to see how it goes? Are you trying to explore, or are you actually trying to bring them to where the fans are? You know, that's another question that I have. Just because you pick big venues doesn't mean that it's going to sell. You need to be honest when it comes to this, okay? Just because you see big groups like Blackpink, BTS, Twice selling this big arenas and center doesn't mean that group is going to make it, and there is nothing against the group, but being honest is better. I've seen concerts being cancelled recently. Soojin, the ex-member from Idol, twice she has been trying to go on tour in the USA, both times cancelled. I've done videos about that. Hyuna, a while back, she was going to go on a tour, if I don't remember, barely selling tickets, got cancelled. She's not under the company anymore, but it got cancelled. That is happening a lot, and cancellation fees are also expensive, people. So please, can we be honest? Just be honest. Big venues are expensive. If you don't know how it's gonna go, pick smaller ones. Again, Cat's Eye picked smaller ones in the first tour. They very well. Now they're selling arenas and centers. Pick smaller venues. Test the water. See how it goes. And then if it goes well, you can, upgrade venues the next time and see how it goes. Test the waters, especially for a group that haven't been introduced in the international market, in the USA, of things like that. Picking big venues can be a risk. You don't know if that popularity that they have in Korea is gonna be the same internationally. So because you don't know that, research is important, but also being honest is important, and be like, okay, we need smaller venues. Also, again, you're trying to make money back, or at least break even from everything that you're expending, visas, things like that. So again, pick smaller venues. It's not that hard. Something else also is VIP stuff. I have some stuff. I'll show you guys. Give me a second. I have this tiny little box. It's not tiny actually, where I have a lot of the concert things that I have gone to. Now, I'm showing this because something else that I have noticed is VIP packages and stuff like that, okay? And how that has changed a lot, and how companies are barely offering that, or the perks of that are weird. Again, here in Puerto Rico, we were having a lot of concerts. Recently it has gone down. Things are expensive, understandable. But when we were having a lot of concerts, a lot of benefits, VIP, things like that were being sold, and I went to a lot of those concerts. Now, I'm not doing this to show off every concert I have gone to, but I want to show like the VIP perks that we were having, and how now I'm barely seeing that. Apparently there's a company that still do tours, that still do benefits like VIP, things like that, and they're pretty good. But to show you a second, one thing, some of this stuff is gonna look horrible because where I had them a while back wasn't the best, but one of the things that we were able to do a lot were Polaroids. These are separate tickets. These are all the ones that I have. Some of them look weird, again, some of them got messed up at some point, which I'm angry, but these are Attention members. I have some VIP ones. I don't think if you guys can see it there. These ones, honestly, will always live in my heart because those are JJCC ones. That is the first concert that I went to in my life. There's more tin top right here, but I'm not gonna show you everything. This is crazy. They were very cute. Which was the last one that I went to? I think it was the KB. Yeah, the last ones in here are the KB. This is a separate ticket that we were going to get. You can get, I think, 5 with each member if you wanted to. I am insane and I wanted 1 with each member, which is what I always got, and even thought this was a separate thing that you have to get. It was nice. It was a nice thing. So I have that. It looks awful. I have a new one, a new binder to put them on. This little box, which again, it looks awful, but I have stuff that we got a lot in concerts, which I'm gonna put away. Tin top thing, baby thing. This all the lanyards that I have from concerts that I have gone. Only one of. They came here twice. Fnet. This is the only lanyard that I'm angry about because it's not sturdy like this. It feels like cardboard. Very angry at it, but I can save it. And my plan with all of this is to frame it at some point in my life if I ever get my own house. We will see. And flying now, the M Flying concert, there's some of this that they weren't doing at some point albums to sign, but they were doing posters. Again, I got angry because some of them got damaged. I'm not gonna show it to you, but with M Flying was a poster, which I also want to kind of frame to be able so nothing happens to them like the other ones that I had. But with M Flying concert, this is a good example, at least here in Puerto Rico, where picking the venue is important. They picked a theater that is in one of the universities of Puerto Rico, which is a huge theater, by the way. They couldn't sold it out. They barely could sell tickets. So what they did was they gave out a lot of tickets for free, and they were calling it special, like invitados especiales. I just say it like that, I'll put it in English somewhere. And it was a huge line. That line was bigger than the ones that bought tickets. And they couldn't sell out this ticket. They barely could sell half of it. If they have done it in a smaller theater, it would have been better. Did it look full? Yes, but at least half of those were given free tickets. So this is an example of picking a venue is very important. It was a fun concert. I had a lot of fun, but this is a good example that I have for you guys where picking the venue is very important. The KB, they came here twice. This is another one that is only one of. Again, they came twice here. Teen Top, I have two because one of them is when I went to LA to see them. The other one was when they came here. This is 2018. I don't remember where this is from. Putting them all here. VIV, I know I have another one. This is 2019. One of my favorite concerts was VIV ones. Attention. This was on, did it tell me? It doesn't tell me. Some of them have years, some of them don't. Amazing things. VIP benefits were great on this. Another VIP, the KB one, Golden Child. They came here. I'm throwing them all here. You guys can see it. Don't remember too much this concert. There's some. There's another one here. Gravity is another one that I didn't know too much about the group, but I still went to support it because they were one of like the first groups. 2023 was Gravity, and it was amazing. I fell in love with them. I love going to concerts from groups that I don't know too much about because again, I discovered new ones, and that's what happened with Golden Shower and Gravity. Alexa, amazing concert. Wish she would be able to do a tour. I know she's not going independently, but hopefully that happens. And another VIV one, my god, this is a mess. This one is this one. Omega X 2023, amazing concert. Didn't know anything about them, love them. Six, they came here before they disbanded and everything. Amazing concerts. Another VIV one. I have a lot. I'm throwing them. I'm so sorry. They're like precious to me. Crazy. They're one of the first, if not the first girl group to come here. Didn't know anything about them at all. Fell in love with them. They were giving posters to sign as benefit for being VIV. And then Ace. I only have one Ace one, but they came twice here. This one's on 2019, and then like a couple of years after they came back here. Another example of a good thing, when they did the first concert, it was in Bellas Artes de Caguas, which is a big venue. They sold it out, and when they came back a couple of years later, they did it in the Ocola Hall, which I absolutely hate that venue, but it is very big. It's 2 floors, and they sold that out. So again, testing the waters, work here in Puerto Rico, came back, bigger venue, sold out as well. Good example, the same thing with Cat's Eye. Here in Puerto Rico, there is smaller venues, people. You can do it in smaller venues, it'll be fine, everything will be fine. Testing the waters. We will go to, again, there has been concerts that I have gone to that I know nothing about, and I end up falling in love with them. And then they come back, and I go again, and I'm like, I became your fan because of the concert that you did here. And they get very happy. With the Polaroid ones, you don't get that much time to talk with them, but it is enough that I will always say thank you for coming here. It has been a pleasure to see you guys perform. It was great. And they will always smile and be like, thank you so much, that is great. That is a great perk to have as a VIP. Lots of this were 200 bucks if I'm completely honest. Some of them included the tickets for the seating, some of them didn't. That was a part ticket, but let's just say 200 to 300 if you want to include that. Okay, so I'm sorry for my voice. Doesn't sound the greatest today, but I wanted to explain more the prices because I don't think I explained it properly. There was one main company bringing the groups here for concerts. At the beginning, here in Puerto Rico, they were selling benefits and concert tickets together. Depending on what you got was the section that you will be able to pick a seat. So if you wanted to be at the front, VIP, the next section at the back was VIP, general admission was at the back, things like that. Depending on what you got were the benefits that you were getting, from fan sign to group photo, high touch, things like that. Again, there were a little bit more benefits, but the basic ones. And this was a little over 200 bucks. Essentially, some point they changed it and they were selling the benefits and the concert tickets separately, and this is where it got to like a little over 300 bucks because the benefits will be like close to 200, and if you still wanted to see a different would be like another 100 bucks. So I think this is where it might have gotten a little bit more expensive. The tickets, you would still get the same benefits. It wasn't changing as much, honestly. The changes were instead of an album would be a poster. At some point you were able to talk a little bit with them in the fan signs, but it was timed, and they kept it like that up to this day. They haven't done any more concerts here, and honestly that company is barely doing tours. I'm guessing because everything is expensive right now, visas and all of that. Again, the Polaroid pictures that I mentioned, that was a separate ticket. It was like 20-30 bucks for each one. Last time I checked, they have it at like 50-60 each ticket, which I think is way too high. But just wanted to explain a little bit more the prices. Continue with the video. VIP perks, Gravity. We had a whole sign album. This is something that I haven't seen. Are the companies doing this? Please, Gravity. Things up. I got 2 signs. Just Be actually came here. I don't know where the lanyard are because I do have a lanyard. Signed. It is. Where is the sign? Oh, there we go. Signed completely. There we go. This is something that I haven't seen either. Why aren't they giving a full album for them to sign? If not a poster. I have a couple that I was able to save. Flying was doing a poster, Crazy was doing a poster, Sace was doing a poster. These are all benefit things. High touch, groups photos we were having. With Just Be, I have a photo with just me and the members. And that was great. It's on my phone. It is great. I look horrible in every picture, but it was great. I love it. Why are benefits things not there anymore? And apparently there's a company that's still doing them, and as you can see, aespa had some, but it doesn't feel the same. And if it is a package, it's like 600 bucks, 300 I will say for this ones. And I was getting a fan sign, a high touch, group photo. I could get Polaroids. They were like what, 20-30 bucks at that time. Now they're probably 50 or 60, honestly. But that was great. I was able to get one with each member. And again, I will mainly tell them, thank you so much for coming here. It has been a pleasure to see you perform. It was great. And they will be happy about that. And that is great. Where are the benefits for these concerts? And I'm seeing people pay $600-700 for this, and I'm like, God, people were giving a lot of reviews. It's something that a lot of people I have seen talking about, where people get mad that people giving freebies are not giving them their biases. I'm picking whatever. Like, some girls were coming to me to like give freebies, and they were like, which one is your bias? I'll try to give it to you. And I'm like, girl, you spend your hard money and time to make all of this. I have a lot of this. I have little things like this. I don't throw them away. This has another thing. This was from, I think these two are DKB. I don't remember which this one was. We did a lot of banners here as well to kind of show them, and then we'll give them to them backstage, which was great. All of these are freebies. This is also a freebie. And some girls, you know, the people that were doing freebies will go to me and be like, oh, here, give me your bias, give me your bias, and I'll see if I find something. And I'll be like, give me whatever you want. Like, you spend your hard money and time to make all this. Give me whatever you want. I'll be happy with whoever you give me. It is totally fine. And they'll be like, oh my god, thank you so much, here. And even some of them will give me extra. They will be like, here, this, you know, I still have this one left, I'll give it to you. And some of them, I will see them go through that bag trying to find the bias, and then they don't have it. They pick whichever they want, and they will try to like change it up. And there's a conversation that I also be having that has nothing to do with this video, but I have also been seeing a lot, because people get angry when they don't see their biases or they don't have them, and I'm here like, it's a freebie. Like, I understand you when you buy this, and that's great, but also this person spent their own hard money and time on this. If they don't have your bias, I think it's okay for you to take another one. I have a lot of this. I know this is Vamp. This is Vamp. Which one? This one. Ellen. Rie. KB. A lot of little things, but I still have them. I have all of this. I kept all of this. The Langers as well, because again, I kind of want to frame them at some point. And even though we're not getting that many concerts here, I do wish at some point they will bring them back here, and we will get a couple, because honestly I will try my best to go because I love it. But then I see these prices and it's like, it's too much. Again, Polaroids, 20-30 bucks. I'm pretty sure now it's in the 50s, 60s, and I'm the type of person that I like getting one with each member, and I wouldn't be able to do that. I think this will be now like what, 500, 600 they will be able to do for this. That's a lot. That's a lot. It doesn't make sense. So again, picking smaller venues. If you know that group can sell that huge venue, fine. But how about we try to make it so people can go? It is expensive. Cost of living is freaking expensive right now. It is ridiculous right now for people, and they won't be able to like go. Can we like, huh? I need to pull all this back. So I just wanted to make this video. I'm gonna put everything back while I do the ending of this, because again, I didn't do this to show off, but I think some of them are examples. This was a smaller venue, and this is a huge group, and they sold that out. Only one of has come here like 2-3 times. I went to them. Amazing. All of them sold out, or almost sold out. Teen Top, the same thing. These are groups that not too many people know about that have come here, and they get very surprised. Also, there's something that I absolutely love as well, is that here Puerto Rico is such a small island. Some of them don't even know too much about Puerto Rico, or don't know that they have fans here, and whenever they did a tour and they would get on that stage to start perform, the first thing that they would say was, oh my god, I'm so surprised that there is so many of you here. And that also made me super excited, because now they know there's a fan base here for them. And honestly, it also, like, Bam Bam has come here. There wasn't no liar here, and he was so surprised. That was sold out as well. It was in the Coca-Cola Hall, and he was so surprised that there were so many fans here that he was like, I need to tell people that you guys are here so they will come here for you guys, because this is amazing. And people get very you know, excited about the energy here for concerts. This is not fitting here, I don't know why. And seeing this now happening in the USA, okay, I'm not going anywhere else. It's but yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna package all of this into a video that makes sense. There might be edits, I don't know, but I just wanted to talk about how insane the prices are, and also how we're seeing an effect for some of the biggest groups now being able to sell tickets in arena centers and things like that, because everything is expensive. But also these companies don't understand basic research to know, you know, if things can be sold completely out, or how to pick a proper venue. I don't see them being able to do the basic research for all of that. I just wanted to talk about this. I'm pretty sure I have a car album that I signed, but that was because I won it. They were pulling numbers and I never win anything, and I won one. I had to do a sexy dance, but I was like, I won this. It was a mess to be able to get it, but I wasn't leaving the venue without a signed album. But I won it. That's why I didn't bring it here, because it wasn't a fan site. It was a thing that I won because they were picking numbers. But this things right here, they were giving this for like you have to get a ticket of course, but they were signless. Oh, I have a Ace one. I have an Ace one. It's not here, but it's also signed. I'll put a picture. They were giving those signed as well. I didn't bring it here, dang it. Benefit concerts are also horrible. So how I'm gonna package all of this to make sense, I don't know, we will see. But what do you think about this whole thing? Are you okay with the prices? Are you not okay with the prices? Do you think it's ridiculous? Have you gotten tickets that actually have benefits? Are they worth it? Are they like this, or they have changed? Please let me know in the comments below. And yes, I'll leave this here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing great, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye bye.